2, ready? Hello everybody, and we are back with another YouTube video. Hi guys, literally get into the phone case. I thought we would keep it very fall in here. I got my sweater on, you know what I mean? It's the good vibes. I was like, let me change and pop out a new case just for this video. Literally, I have not been as consistent as I would like to be on YouTube. I kind of fell off the last couple of weeks. I'm documenting my process as I'm trying to become more consistent with YouTube. But yeah, the last couple of weeks have been kind of weird. My mental health has been very splotchy and very off and on, and I've just been trying to figure that out. I've also been trying to find a therapist. I literally went on Google. I looked up black therapists in Chicago, and I'm pretty sure blacktherapistsinchicago.com popped up. If you're looking for therapists and you're in Chicago, I'm going to put that link in the bottom of the description box. It's been rough. And I quickly realized that therapists are expensive. I was like, whoa, I don't know. I may have to journal about this and keep it pushing. I definitely feel like that's something I still want to do, but it's just so expensive. So I was like, wait a minute, this is YouTube content right now. I was like, why don't we talk about what to do when you can't afford a therapist? Because that's me, girly, right now. I'm trying to figure that shit out. Anyway, and by no means am I saying in this YouTube video to not get a therapist or neglect it. I think everybody should get a therapist. Also, pause. Let me also say I am not a mental health specialist. I am not a counselor. I am not a therapist. These are just tips and tricks and things that I have done that has managed my life and my sanity for the last 23 years. So this is only my experience, and this is all that I know. If you are having any suicidal thoughts or any self-harming thoughts, please get the help that you need. Also, Mental Health Awareness Day was literally yesterday, so we love that for us. Let's do more of that. It should be more prevalent in the Black community as well, but that's a whole other conversation. The first thing is a journal. I would get a journal. Guys, journals are so good. I think that this is the one thing I took away from quarantine. I really started journaling extra hard in 2020. Every single day I was journaling. I literally went through 2 journals in the last 2 years. So that's pretty good. This is my 3rd journal since I've gotten really serious about it. And I love it. I have gratitude lists in here. I have journal entries in here. I have little journal prompts, to-do lists, doodles, anything that I can think of. But I literally got this from Michael's. It was literally $6.99. And they have all these different crazy colors. I had a red one, I had a black one, I had a baby blue one, and so now we're going on this beige moment. I am somebody who isn't really into journaling. At first, I was I like to talk my shit out. I'm a talker. Let's put on a voice memo. I'm a voice memo girl, or a video diary entry girl. I will put a camera up and go at it, and I'll just talk until things make sense, right? But what I realized about journaling is that journaling really is meditative. It's definitely a meditative act. You can be feeling so passionate about something and want to go off, you know what I mean? But you really have to take your mind to paper and really write out everything. And that's what I actually hated about it at first. I was I just want to get it out now. I'm just this is how I feel. And I could do it quicker when I say it. But when you really have to write everything out, you really get to think about how you feel. You know what I mean? You can really take your time. And if you don't want to be that annoying person who keeps constantly phoning up your boo thing, or phoning up that friend, or phoning up your mom, Sometimes it's okay just to write it out in a journal. So that's what I do. Second is physical movement. I don't like moving my body. I'm not even gonna lie, I really don't. But I always feel good when I do it. Like the thought of moving my body is like, oh God. But like going for a walk, going towards the lake. I live in Chicago, so I'm always going to the lake. Just going for a walk, that shit really does something for you. I don't understand. People, it's so cliche. Everything I'm saying in this video is so cliche, but these are things that we have, available to us all the time. Go for that walk. Go to the gym. You're going to get those endorphins. You're going to hit that shit's going to hit you, and you're going to be like, damn, why don't I do this more often? And so what I started to do is I was like, oh, I like the way that I feel. I need to start doing more things that make me feel good. So I'm like, these are so preventative measures, but like these are things that I need to start doing on a daily because it just helps so well. Like it helps a lot. So I just say move your body. If that's a dance party, I love a dance party, bro. In the morning when I'm cooking or I'm making myself a breakfast. Girl, making breakfast. Me dancing in the kitchen to some Erykah Badu. Got my little incense. It's done. There is something about a good dance party. It don't matter what it is. Dance that shit out. Dance it out. I want you all over the place. I be dancing on my emotions. I be like, get that negative out of here. I'm not talking like that anymore. No, I'm here. I'm in the moment here. Dance. Move your body. That shit really does help. Next, speaking of dancing and listening to music, pulling out a good playlist. I love listening to music that's nostalgic to me. I love listening to music that reminds me of happier times. I love music that reminds me of like me and the essence of me. When I think of songs that are like, no, that is a core memory, or this is my childhood or whatever. Like, y'all gonna laugh at me so hard. But this morning I was literally jamming out to Keke Palmer, her early stuff, like her early stuff. Like I was such a Keke Palmer stan, y'all. Such a Keke Palmer stan. But yeah, listen to some Keke, like not, you don't gotta listen to Keke Palmer, but listen to whatever, if that's unwritten, like fucking Natasha, whatever her name is, or some Sarah Bareilles. Just listen to some good music that is uplifting and hopeful, joyful music. Any playlist. But yeah, no, music can get you out of some really, really low times. Yeah, no, I love good music. I love bossa nova. Sometimes I just like to listen to music that doesn't necessarily have words to it, but just like good vibes. Somebody to talk to, phone a friend. Sometimes it's okay. Like sometimes you really do need somebody to talk to, and like that can be for free. You don't got to pay nobody. But I mean, there are some times where you do need to talk to an actual professional about your problems. But I think sometimes it's okay to vent or rant to a friend, or vent to your friend, your boo thing, or your boyfriend or your girlfriend or something. So that's what I like to do. Sometimes I'll sit up and call my mom, be like, girlie, do you mind if I rant real quick? Or I'll talk to Lyric. Y'all know I be calling girlie. Lyric already know. I be talking to her all the time. But yeah, like having somebody in a support system and somebody that you feel that you can talk to, that's not going to judge you. That's going to allow you to feel the way that you feel and not having some biased opinion or try to make you feel some type of way. A safe space where you can open up and really just feel. And I always feel like, and this is the Cancer in me, but it's like somebody that you're not afraid to cry in front of. Somebody you're allowed to be the most vulnerable and most open with. If we can find that, if you can find that, and if you have that, that's a blessing. And that's something you should be grateful for. And maybe write on your gratitude list, which is the next thing. Gratitude. That is one thing that always gets me out of a rut. For some reason, when I sit down and write out a list about what I have, what I can offer, it don't even have to be I'm grateful for the support system that I have. I'm grateful for, it could literally be like, I'm grateful for like can openers. I'm so happy we have can openers. That would be so annoying if we didn't have them. We gotta take a fucking knife and, you know what I mean? It don't gotta be all serious, y'all. Like, I'm gonna give you some homework today. I dare you to write, because I did it in my journal. I wrote out 50 things that I'm grateful for. And at first I was like, I don't know if I can do all that. But then I realized, yeah, I can. I could write out a list of things that I'm grateful for. I'm going to read you guys my little list today. I made a little gratitude list this morning, and it really hyped me up. So I'm grateful for podcasts. Free therapy is what I said. My windows. I love my little windows. They're pretty big. I'm not going to lie. I love my big windows. I love the sun that comes in here. I love the naps that I get to take in the sun. My little couch. That is like one of the most simple joys for me, is just to be able to bask in the sun. Really grateful for that. That was my next one. The sun. I'm grateful for the sun. The sun was out this morning. She was shining. She was perky. She was showing her little backside. She said, "Isn't it cute?" I said, "Yeah, girlie, you looking great." So she was shining on me this morning. Thank you, sun. My alone time. I really do appreciate the way that, I have time to be alone and be in this space. It really is teaching me to, enjoy myself. Me, myself, and I. And I feel like this is just me assessing, but when I'm on my YouTube and I'm talking to y'all, there's something about it. It makes me so happy. I feel really connected to self when I do YouTube, and that's something to keep track of. Thank you, God. Mindset. I'm very grateful for the mindset that I have. I'm grateful that even in the lowest of the lows, I can still find a way to pull myself out of whatever I'm thinking. I really feel like that's a good characteristic to have, and I'm really grateful that I have that. I'm grateful for my girlfriend, Lyric. I'm grateful for my parents. I'm grateful for my brothers. And I'm grateful for heating pads, because I was cramping like a bitch this morning. So that's my gratitude list for this morning. Y'all, try to write 50 things. They don't gotta be serious. But try. See what happens. Gratitude list. That really just gets me out of my spiral. I'm like, wait a minute. I said it on my story a couple days ago. God has given me so much and has given me so many opportunities and allows me to breathe and be here. My health, my eyesight, we can get finite. You know what I mean? Like my thumbs. I don't know. But like God has given me so much. I know it doesn't end here. You know what I mean? There's no reason for me to fear the future. There's no reason for me to fear about what's happening next for me, because God has already blessed me to this point. He's not going to leave me now. You know what I mean? And that's how I like to think about it. And that could be God, the universe, Jah, as hindsight. I love hindsight. Really good person to listen to when you're feeling low. That has really helped me recently. It's just gratitude lists and just little prayers. And just being, thanking God just randomly throughout the day. Podcasts. Podcasts have been really doing something for me recently. I love just sitting down and listening to people. You saw it on my gratitude list. I said, I'm very grateful for podcasts, because we live in a time where literally trained professionals and therapists, we were just talking about how we can't afford them. Girlie, there are people who have free advice, free resources, free strategies and ways to get out of mental spirals, ways to cope with traumas and things like that. So it's use that, and that's at our fingertips. That's another thing to be grateful for, that we even have access to this. If you can watch this YouTube video, you have access to these beautiful, beautiful resources. And there was a time 20, 30 years, 40 years ago where this wasn't just so easily accessible. I'm not saying podcasts didn't exist, but I'm just saying that for it to be so, let's listen to a podcast right now. So I'm going to put a couple of podcasts that I've been listening to recently. Some self-care, some just for entertainment, but mostly self-care. I love Hindsight. I don't know if he's really doing much like that anymore, but he's more on his YouTube channel. You can see more of his, his talks on his YouTube channel. There's also one called Black Girls Therapy. Love, love, love. That's even a thing. Because it talks about race-related traumas, which is something that I deal with, if you're having problems with that. Also, meditate is really, really, really important. It doesn't have to be you sitting there saying, om, om. No, meditation can be you journaling, you literally taking out the time to fully and thoroughly and focus solely on how you're feeling, body scans. I love like assessing how I feel physically and just being like, I'm alive right now. What does that feel like? You know what I mean? Like, have you ever thought about what your hand feels like? This shit's weird. So, you know, body scans and like listening, taking like a second and listening around and hearing what sounds you hear in the space. I hear a car going by. You know what I mean? Things like that. Like just staying in the moment. I always talk about how depression is fueled by the past and anxiety is fueled by the future. Depression and anxiety goes away instantly as soon as you start being in the present. And I feel like we have such a hard time being in the present these days, and it's so sad. It's like, why do we always want to be in the past, or why do we always want to be in the future? It's like, this is life. What we're experiencing right now is life. So focus on that. Focus on what you see. That has really helped me, just about trying to be in the moment, really trying to seize every single, you know, moment that I give with my loved ones, with my friends, with Lyric, with everybody. It's like, this is what life is about, not what happened here and what's happening in the future. Like, that's not, really, it's irrelevant because it has nothing to do with me now. Does that make sense? But yeah, guys, it's okay. And that's something to know too, is that everyone's going through it. Everybody's going through, you know, their struggles, and it's not a walk in the park for everybody. And I think we need to start normalizing that one, that everybody's sane. Two, like, we all are going through shit, and you're not alone. It is okay that you want to talk to somebody. It's okay to have, you know, intrusive thoughts. It's actually very human to have them, and you're not weird for having them. It's just about navigating through those intrusive thoughts and coping and not letting it take over. You're not your thoughts. You're not your emotions, you know. These are just assets of you. These are extensions of you. And, you know, we have control over how we, you know, go about our emotions and how we cope with the traumas and things that we have. I know this video is kind of brief, but I just know that these are some things that kind of make me happy and get me out of a low vibrational state, and things that are self-medicating, but like healthier ways of self-medicating, if that makes sense. Like, I'm not feeling good. What can I do right now that will change how I feel? What can I do right now that could change the course of these negative bad habits? You know what I mean? So get yourself a journal, write out a gratitude list, listen to some good music, and vibe, y'all. We're floating on a big ball, hurling through time and space. It's not that serious. Whatever we're going through, I promise you, it's not that bad. And I just have to think of life in that grand scheme and know that I'm not alone, and that there are people like me who are going through the same shit. Being human is a lot sometimes, y'all. I'm gonna say it. Being human is a lot. Depression is a lot. Anxiety is a lot. I'm not diminishing that or trying to make you feel like, you know, how you feel isn't important. That's not what I'm trying to say. But I do want to say that we do have some power in this game, bro. We do have a say. As much as it sometimes may feel like we don't. You're not alone. There are a lot of people who feel this way. And I do feel like you should continue to look for a therapist. You should continue to try to find somebody that is a licensed professional. These are just habits and things that I think that we should all just try to implement in our own daily lives to upkeep and maintain a happy mental state. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Comment down below 3 things that you're grateful for. I want to know, what's your gratitude list, girly? And yeah, I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.